Demigods play a central role in mythology because they embody the intersection between the divine and the mortal, the place where greatness is born, but also where struggle is inevitable. In many traditions, especially Greek mythology, demigods are born from the union of a god and a human, and they live lives filled with extraordinary feats, painful trials, and powerful symbolism. They are not just characters in myths. They are reflections of the human spirit striving toward the divine, trying to surpass its limits, and dealing with the price of greatness. One of the clearest reasons demigods are important is because they are relatable heroes. Full gods in mythology are often distant, immortal, and unconcerned with human suffering. Mortals, on the other hand, are powerless in the face of divine whims. But demigods sit between those worlds. They have the power to act on a grand scale, yet they suffer, love, and die like humans. Their pain feels real. Their victories feel earned. Their stories mirror the human experience with mythic intensity. Heracles, or Hercules, for example, was strong enough to wrestle monsters and complete impossible labors, but he was also plagued by guilt, madness, and loss. His life was full of pain and struggle, not just success, which made his final ascension to Olympus feel like a reward, not a given. Demigods also serve as cultural anchors. In Greek mythology, many heroes were said to have founded cities, dynasties, or even entire civilizations. Perseus is credited with founding Mycenae. Theseus united Attica and founded democratic Athens. This wasn't just storytelling, it was identity building. To say a city was founded by a demigod was to claim divine favor and heroic lineage. For ancient societies, that added legitimacy, pride, and a deep sense of destiny. Even in Rome, figures like Romulus and Remus, children of Mars, were portrayed as demigod founders, reinforcing the idea that the empire had divine origins. Demigods also symbolize the human desire to transcend limits. They are born into a world where they don't fully belong. Too mortal to be gods, too divine to live normal lives, they often feel torn between destinies. Achilles knew his fate was to die young if he sought glory, but he chose greatness anyway. That choice between comfort and legacy is a deeply human dilemma, and demigods live it at a cosmic scale. Their lives often end in sacrifice, but their names live on forever. That's the reward of the demigod. Immortality through memory, not through blood. Their struggles also reflect deep psychological truths. Many demigod stories are journeys through identity, responsibility, and transformation. Think of Perseus, who must slay a monster with divine tools and careful thought, or Theseus, who must navigate the deadly labyrinth not just with strength, but cleverness. These myths aren't just adventures. They're symbolic of coming of age, confronting inner demons, or navigating society's expectations. In that sense, demigods are mythic mirrors of human development and the path toward maturity or self-discovery. Religiously, demigods helped connect ordinary people with the divine. Gods could feel remote or alien, but a demigod, a hero who had once walked the earth, fought battles, and cried over lost love, could be worshipped, honored, and remembered. Hero cults in ancient Greece were built around demigods. Temples and shrines were erected at their tombs. People left offerings, prayed to them, and treated them as powerful intercessors between the divine realm and the human world. Even in modern storytelling, the archetype of the demigod persists, often without us even realizing it. Superheroes, chosen ones, and half-human fantasy protagonists carry the same DNA. They're gifted, burdened, and asked to save a world they barely feel they belong to. The myth of the demigod has endured for thousands of years because it speaks to something fundamental. The dream that we can be more than what we are, that our struggles matter, and that our story, if brave enough, can outlast us. So in the grand tapestry of myth, demigods are not just side characters or tools of the gods. They are the emotional and symbolic core. They remind us that greatness often comes at a price, that identity is complex, and that even those with divine power must still choose how to live and how to die. Through them, myths become human. Through them, we see ourselves,